All right. We are a minute early, live in the crypt. It's been a while since I seen this man who's sitting right next to me. It's always backwards. I had it right the first time. Mr. Writer, director, actor, even though he denies it, Jason Pitts. And we also have a cast member, Scott Doss. Am I pronouncing that right?
That is correct.
All right. Look, 2 for 2 right now. Well, welcome to the show, Jason. It's been, I don't know, it's been probably close to a year.
Has it been a year?
I bet you it's pretty close.
Unreal, man.
Yeah,
Golly.
it's been a while. Time flies.
Yeah. It's been going good, man. It's good to see you. Good to be on again. I'm sorry it's been so long.
Oh, don't listen. I apologize too. Like I did, a convention run last year. It's just been so crazy busy trying to keep up with everything and all my friends. And I've had this conversation with others before. It's like, God, believe me, it's not that even they say the same thing. You've been busy or we've been busy.
Yeah.
And, life gets a little crazy. And before you know it, like you said, has it been a
year's
year?
gone
I
by.
bet you it's been at least a year. So welcome.
Jeez. Well, thank you for having us. Appreciate it.
Welcome.
Yeah, thanks.
Glad to have you. Glad to have you both. So we got, you've done Voorhees Night of the Beast.
Mhm.
You did Voorhees After the Beast with
Mhm.
a nice in between part 7 and 8, I'd say, or
Yep.
8 and 9. Yeah.
It's in between 8 and 9.
Yeah. Excuse
Both
me.
of those are, yeah.
So, the latest film that people can see is When the Stairs Creak, right? That's the last one people can watch.
It is. That I did one after that. It was like just a little 10-minute thing. It's called Take It Slow.
Okay.
I did that for a 72-hour film race last fall, and we've won some awards with it. We won second place in that actual competition.
Oh,
But,
nice.
But yeah, it's not horror, which surprised some people.
Yeah, but I mean, I've watched a lot of your films, and there is horror elements, and
Mhm.
whether it's Alone or Masquerade, obviously very horror heavy. But I mean, even with When the Stairs Creak, that was really not. I mean, it was.
I wouldn't
paranormal.
classify it as horror either.
Yeah, I wouldn't classify it as horror, but it was good. It was well done.
We
Olivia
won
starring
best
in it.
horror short with When the Stairs Creak twice, and once up in Canada, and once I don't remember where the second one was. So it's kind of funny because both me and Bailey are like, it's not horror. Like how are we winning best horror short?
Yeah, exactly. But hey, listen, you're winning awards. If people get scared by a movie, hey, it's got a ghost element to it, so that could be scary to some people when it comes to paranormal.
Yeah.
But like I was saying, you're a fantastic writer. I mean, you've leaned towards the horror, which is great for indie, but I know you have a lot of different stories in you.
Yeah.
So how'd you meet Mr. Scott Doss here?
Well, I put out a casting call for my next film, the feature film, The Forrest Through the Trees. I put out a casting call for a character named Julian, and Scott was one of the, I think, like 15 people that submitted. And of those 15, he's one of the 3 that I asked to actually do a read, and he by far won the role. So
that's fantastic.
I've actually haven't met him in person yet.
Yeah.
Everything has been over Zoom or on the phone.
So, all right. So I'll ask Scott, because it's the first time I'm meeting you. How long have you been acting for? What got you into acting? And what led you to reach out to Jason other than just an ad?
Well, I've been acting for a little over 50 years. Got my degree in theater at the University of Arkansas, but it's all been stage work. I've been doing dinner theater, little theater, community theater, anything I could find in whatever town I happened to be living in at the time. I was just doing it on the side for fun, basically. And I retired in Little Rock at the end of 2020. So I've been doing theater here since then. And I'd actually gone to an audition and ran into another actor at the audition who told me about this and said, you should throw your name in the hat for this horror movie. I'd never auditioned for a movie before. So I did. And that's the way it worked out.
Well, a lot of, I mean, even though we had Mark Burnham, the most recent Leatherface, on last night with me and Brett, and he was talking about it. A lot of these guys that become really talented actors and get sought out started off on stage doing these shows, doing the schooling. So the transition, I think, is easier to go from stage to acting, from what I've seen, and doing a role, because you don't get take twos when you're alive.
That's exactly right. Exactly right.
And I know a guy like Jason Pitts doesn't want to have to, when you're doing budget movies, have to do a scene 10 times because somebody can't get it right. So
yeah, we gotta move as quickly as we can.
It's a wrap. I don't care. You messed up. That's on you. But I think the
we'll get it. We'll make sure we get it right.
I'm just kidding. I mean, I've watched your movies. They're fantastic, and I know, how much heart and passion you put into it. And when you're doing it on a limited budget, what you're able to pull off is incredible, because the storytelling, the narrative. I think Scott, everybody I've talked to loves working with Jason, so I think you're gonna have a great time on.
I can tell I will already.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
So I have a question for you, Scott. That was the first time I heard that story. Who was the actor?
His name was let me think. He even auditioned for you, and I had just met him there at that audition. Oh, Ahab Mustafa.
Okay.
He threw his name in the hat, but I don't know if he actually made it past Julia to you or not.
So he did he audition for, what role?
Trees, I believe, but I don't know what role.
Okay.
He's in his early 40s, I would say, just by looking at him, but he looks younger. So I don't know if he was trying to be Malthus, or if he was going for one of the other supporting characters. I'm not really sure, but he's quite a bit younger than I am.
Cool.
Well, see, look, your name's getting all over the place.
Ahab, thank you for suggesting this, Scott. If you happen to be ever watch this.
So have you had a chance to watch any of Jason's work yet, Scott? Yeah.
I've seen them all except for I think Krypt. Is that one of yours?
Yeah. I helped produce it. I didn't write or direct it. I'll send you the link to that. But I acted in it, and I helped produce it. And it's a short, like 6 minute like concept trailer type thing.
I saw Alone, and I saw When the Stairs Creak. So, and I've watched the Jason movies as well. The Voorhees.
So we just lost power.
I see that. I thought you were just trying to set a better atmosphere for you, the movie director type deal, trying to get that.
Oh, my light went out. We didn't lose power.
Oh, you did? Oh, just lost a bulb, huh?
I guess I lost my bulb. Yeah.
We could still see you. Okay. You got a little Myers.
I'll be dark. I'm sorry. I can.
You're fine. You're fine. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, I remember when you were talking about through the
forest through the trees.
The forest through the trees. I remember you were driving or something, and you just got the concept. It was one of those things, because I know even when the stairs creak, it was the same.
Yeah,
you get a vision of what you're gonna do, and then you kind of
it always starts with like just a core idea, and then it just grows from there. And my commute to work is an hour one way, so like 2 hours of driving every day. It's a lot of time for me to be by myself and fleshing these ideas out. So that's where I do most of my writing.
I feel you. Those long drives to conventions, if they're a long one. Especially when the radio conks out, which usually happens. I got to get a new radio in my truck, but I'm too cheap. But yeah, you just sit there lost in thoughts, and it's kind of nice. You get that space. I can believe that those great ideas come through that. Our drive there and back is, like you said, no joke.
Yeah.
So,
And I'll get these ideas, and I'll call James, and I'll be like, "Oh man, you won't believe what I just thought of." Like I remember the day that I came up with the idea for the Forest Through the Trees, and when I got to work, I texted it all out to him, and I sent it to him, and his response was, "Oh my God."
That's awesome. Yeah, you have a lot of your returning cast. That's great, with Olivia Disney as well. Oh, yeah, a big fan of all those guys. You always have a great crew with you. And
Marilyn's coming back.
Marilyn Knapp, yep, awesome. And now you got Scott Doss,
Yeah.
and he's bringing a lot of talent and skills. It might be your first time doing acting in that sense, but that stage presence and the what you've learned and schooling and performing, I think is going to really translate well. And you and Jason are going to have a fantastic time working together.
Yeah, I'm having a great time with the script so far.
Oh, good. I don't know nothing about it except I remember him posting, because I always check on Jason, try to follow. I know he's been busy. He hasn't posted as much, but you know, I'll catch up with the post. And I remember when he was talking about you know, the Forest Through the Woods and how he came up with it. It's like, oh, there's Jason. He's got something coming. So
Yeah, it's
Well,
coming.
he really writes great characters. I can tell you that.
Appreciate
Well,
that.
And mine specifically, it's when I started reading the lines, I had an image right away of how I wanted to talk, how I wanted to walk.
And he nailed it. Like, it's perfect.
well, I've always been a big fan of his character development that he's written in his characters. It definitely, especially some of them are shorter than others, where you really got to get that character development in fast, but
Yeah,
where it's not forced and it's, yeah, he does it well. He's very good at understanding people relating to these characters and how to write it and transition
yes, he
it to the
is.
screen. So big props to my dude Jason Pitts there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's been so long, man. I'm excited. So what's the deal with this? Are you guys doing an Indiegogo campaign right now? Is that live or?
So last year I got a little frustrated. I was really excited because I had two separate possible investors that I had really good conversations with, and they were both interested, and then they ended up falling through. And then when that happened, I was just like, you know what? I had this thought, and I was like, how can I ask or expect other people to invest in me if I'm not willing to do it myself? So that led me to I actually have taken out a loan for this film, and the budget is $60,000. And so I'm swinging for the fences, and I'm just going for it.
That's the biggest budget you've had by far now.
It is.
I mean, you've been working on and doing some amazing things on a micro budget. Now with a budget, I'm really
the biggest one before this was Voorhees, Night of the Beast, and that was 15,000.
Yeah,
So
I mean that's a fraction
much
of
bigger.
it. Yeah, this is you know, with that kind of money and what you can do as a director and your eye for filming and everything, I'm excited to see what you do with 60K. If there's a guy who can do something amazing with 60K, I definitely put my money on you.
I appreciate that. Annie just texted. She said she'll be out in 5 minutes. She'll be joining us here in a few minutes.
Fantastic. So what can you tell us about Scott's character in this, or nothing?
Scott's character, I can tell you that he is the villain.
Oh, he does have that villainous look to him.
That's right.
I can tell you that the core concept of this film is it's a demon cult movie, and Scott plays a character named Julian, who is the leader of the demon cult.
Oh, a cult leader. I see him already transitioning when you're talking about his character, man. I'm seeing this guy. He's getting into character as you talk about it.
Yeah.
But it does sound like a fun role.
You can hit him with the voice.
Even without the script, knowing this guy over here, I'm sure it'll be a pretty interesting role for you with some pretty interesting dialogue. So
I'm sure, you know, I can tell you a little bit more about Julian too. So the character is modeled after Reverend Kane from Poltergeist 2.
Oh, okay.
So
one of the great villains of all time.
Yes, and he's only in that movie for like 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, but childhood nightmares were made by that. Yeah. I mean, that guy, he made that movie in those 15 minutes.
100%. Yeah. So we're kind of going after that type of vibe with this character.
So it's going to be a different, which is great. You're always dipping your hands in a different style movie, even if it's horror genre.
Yeah,
I mean, it's very different. This script sounds a lot different than any of the previous ones you've done.
So I can tell you a little bit about the storyline. Like, that's just like a character and his role. But the actual storyline is about our main character. Her name's Chloe, and she has something called heterochromia. She has one eye that's blue and one eye that is brown. And you've heard the phrase, the eyes are the windows to the soul.
So, yeah.
Well, in this world that I created, that genetic marker means that window is open. And so it makes it easier for something like a demon to enter the vessel. If that
Does
makes
it
sense.
would it be a dual personality or just a dual?
No, it's just basically like the windows open, like
Okay.
heterochromia, because the eyes are the windows of the soul.
Right.
So when one's blue and one's brown or different colors, it doesn't have to be those specific colors. But when somebody has that, it means that window is just open a little,
Okay.
So it makes it easier for something to get in.
They found the wormhole to get through,
Yeah.
huh?
Mhm.
Cool, man. You're always like this guy. He's always putting a lot of thought in everything he's doing, which is cool.
Yeah.
Much appreciated with that. Well, I like that. I respect that out of
That's
him.
why this cult is after this character.
Okay. So there's a lot to this one.
There's a lot to it.
Yeah. So it's a cult trying to get the soul, and they have a plan for the soul that's crossing through to the person with
Yeah.
the two different eye colors. I'm not going to remember how the name of it, but Brett's saying the same thing. I was thinking demon cult movies are the rage. So
Heck yeah, they are.
big swag. Kemper Kill. We had Mark Burnham on last night. Thanks for watching the show tonight, Brett.
I don't know if you remember, John, but about a year and a half ago, I had like 5 different ideas for movies. And on my Facebook wall, I listed each idea, and I did a poll. I said, which one should be my first feature film? And it was this one. And I kind of, demon cult movie, zombie movie, and this one won by far. Like, people love demon cult. Like, they want to see this.
Well, people love zombies, but there's so many of them. Don't get me wrong.
So many of them.
But
So, like,
demon cult is
in that poll about a year and a half ago, demon cult movie beat the other 4 by a massive amount. I don't remember exactly how much, but that's what made like that's how I chose which one to do first.
We need more demon cult movies.
Yeah.
There's not enough of them out there being made right now. There's a lot of possession in the sense and afterlife ones, but not demon cult and with
Not a cult.
Scott Doss out there leading a pack of animals out there, pack of monsters.
Yeah.
Let that poll let me do the movie.
So do you have a location you're planning on filming? Are you planning?
Yeah. We got all the everything is moving forward. It's going so well that every day I wake up thinking, okay, when's the shoe going to drop? When's the big, when's the big hurdle going to happen? But we got all of the locations all locked, paid for. There's Annie.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh, Annie.
How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. How are you?
Good. Sorry, I just clocked off my shift. So sorry to be a little bit late.
No problem. Well,
Like trying to make my phone stand up. Thanks for having me.
More than welcome. So now that Annie's here, well, let's ask a little bit about you, Annie. What got you started in acting, and how'd you meet with this guy over here or over here?
Over here. Okay, yes.
Over there.
I have been acting for a little while now. It's what I went to college for. I went to college in Arkansas as well. I am out in LA now, so I've been out here for, I guess, a little over 3 years. Not acting full-time just yet, but definitely on my way there. I met Jason last year. I met Jason last year working on a different feature in Arkansas. He was the first AD, and we just were pals and became friends. He asked me to audition, and I was like, yeah, of course. And here we are, so excited.
Everybody loves you, Jason. I just want to hear one person talk smack about him once. Just somebody say
after the show, I can give you some names who will.
No, I'm just.
Run me down.
I don't want. But anybody who's ever actually worked with you and stuff. I mean,
there's a few of them that will run me down that have worked with me. I can give you the names. You can talk to them.
We just keep that under the wraps. You're amazing. Nobody dislikes you. But Annie, welcome to the show. And Jason, tell us a little bit about the character she'll be playing in this.
So yeah, Annie is playing Chloe. She's our lead. She's playing the main character, the character with heterochromia that the demon cult is after.
So you ready for
That's
some
right, we're
different
victims.
context?
I think she's cutting out.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit
Ooh.
of lag.
Hold on. I think my Wi-Fi is kind of funky. I'm gonna switch my Wi-Fi. Give me 1 second.
Thanks, Aaron.
Aaron, how you doing, buddy? Long time since I've seen Aaron. Great guy, has a great
Yeah, he
channel as well. Does some great interviews. So
I ran into
welcome
him at
to
a
stream.
wrestling show a couple of weekends ago.
Oh, you went to wrestling?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I actually I work for a company called Classic Championship Wrestling.
Oh, nice.
I work for creative and camera work, and I edit the shows.
You should talk to my buddy Adam Newsom if he's not on your friends list. He's out there in the indie scene doing some great things. He's out there with a lot of legends of wrestling that he's been working with, the Barbarian and stuff, and he's been killing it. And he's the human horror movie. So that's kind of what he does out there. Wear different masks and stuff. I'll hook you up with him. You'd like him a lot.
Yeah, I love wrestling. That's my second.
Well, I can't remember the wrestler's name you had in Voorhees Night of the Beast as your Sasquatch.
Madman Fulton. Yeah.
That's very cool. I don't know if Annie can hear us or.
I can hear you.
Okay. We don't see you.
I'm just I'm changing my Wi-Fi. I think it'll be better.
Okay, no problem.
Sorry, my job is. Okay, wait. Let's try this. Let's try this.
But yeah, John. So everything's moving forward.
Sideways
The
for a
next team, they are hard at work. They're getting everything done. There's a lot of practical special effects in this, and it's all moving along pretty well.
So what should
I'm really good about it.
Is this going to be more psychological than blood and guts? I'm guessing with you.
There's a lot of psychological to it. I'd say it's about 50-50.
Maybe a lot of ritual type killings.
The first half is extremely psychological, and then it gets pretty bloody.
So, but it gets pretty bloody. You got some. I mean, we go on the Night of the Beast at the docks when that kind of bad.
Nothing that
was a big one.
Nothing that like sexual. Like
okay. But more sacrificial, I'm guessing, and with cult and stuff.
Yeah. We get into some of that. Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
I don't want to give away too many spoilers.
Yeah. I'm trying. I mean, that's my job is to try to pull as much info out of you. But I hate spoilers too. But I am excited for some sort of, for the cult movie of you doing. So I'm excited to see what Annie does. Now, Annie, what are some of the films people can check you out in? Is there some?
Yeah, I was in a movie on Lifetime that just came out a couple months ago. It's called Dying for Fame. I'm going to be in another one. I think it'll come out in the summer. It's called Killer Fashion. That one's really exciting. We just shot that in Kentucky, maybe about a month ago. So those would probably be like the top two that you could find. Anyway, a couple of things haven't come out yet that you probably couldn't see. Some random shorts, that have been in festivals and stuff, not quite on streaming and stuff yet. But if you're looking for me, you can find those too.
Go to Lifetime. I'm sure the replays. So getting your foot in the door with Lifetime movies got to be really huge for you.
I love Lifetime movies. Every time I've been on set with them, it's an incredible experience. They're excellent. Everyone's so nice. They're so kind. It's been such a great experience so far.
Well, congratulations. I'm super happy for you. That's
Thanks. So cool. This will be my first, I have to say, horror. I haven't done a lot of horror. So I'm really excited. I'm scared, but I'm excited.
Well, you're going to be in the woods a lot. That's a very scary setting as it is. And this guy Scott next to me, don't tell me.
It's kind of spooky.
We were talking about his character, and I don't know. He started just getting in the zone, and you might have to look out on set because I got a feeling he's going to be in character.
I can already tell it in our table reads. Yeah. He's doing it.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's good to meet both of you guys because I've had Jason on and a lot of his other great casts he had, and you guys are two new ones that he's added to his team that he's working with in this upcoming film, and you guys, I have pretty good resumes. And like Scott said, it's his first film, but with all the experience he's had over 50 years, it's not going to be tough for him to translate.
No, I don't think so. He's great. I think it's going to be such a killer cast. Like, everyone's been so excellent when we've been rehearsing. You just, when you find out you're doing a project, you find out who's in it, you're like, okay, great. But then the energy is so different when you're like in the room together, reading the script, reading it aloud. It's already like really great, even just over Zoom. So I'm excited.
Yeah, none of you guys have met in person. Well, you and Jason have, but all three of you guys haven't sat together.
No.
Is Jason the only one you've met in person, even out of all the cast that's in the film?
Brad.
Brad and I've met Marilyn too.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
And then some of the crew I've worked with before. So it's going to be a nice mix of new and familiar faces.
Yeah, that's awesome. And the experiences like I've always gotten from everybody else that Jason's had come on the show, whether it's Olivia Disney or James Stokes, those guys have praised the hell out of him. I think you guys are going to have a fantastic time. And I mean, he's got the budget now. The budget, that's what I'm really happy for, is to see what you can do with some money. Well, for compared to, I mean, you could always want more budget, but I think with that amount of money, you can do some amazing.
It'll look really good.
Yeah. I know the story will be good. That story.
I like the story.
Yeah.
So good.
So, all right. You don't have any teaser trailers out yet, do you?
No.
So
the only thing I have that if people are interested in that they can do is so a few months ago, I wrote the second version of the script. And I submitted it to some film festivals and screenwriting contests. And I never intended for this to happen, but one of the prizes for the finalists group in one of the screenwriting competitions was that the script gets published on Amazon. So people can actually go to Amazon and buy the second version of the script. Now, the one we're actually shooting is the fourth version. There's been 2 rewrites since this. But it's like $10 on Amazon. But they can go and buy it and read it, and it's very spoiler heavy. But that's the only thing that's out there that is. That
I want to see it and experience it.
Yeah.
Is that a shooting in LA?
No, I think someone dropped a package.
Oh, okay. I was getting worried. Duck.
And I turned around like, oh gosh.
But I think it's going to be really cool what you're doing, and having, like I said, that budget's really cool. But the experience that you're gaining doing all these films, all the filmmaking you've been doing, and it's been the last film you shot was When the Stairs Creak, right?
Yeah, we did one after that. It was a little short 10-minute thing, but the last major one was When the Stairs Creak. Yeah. And I met with a producer shortly after that, and I was about to go into pre-production on the 3rd installment of the Alone saga, Lonely Echoes.
Yeah.
And I had a producer reach out to me, and he's like, "Hey, I want to buy you dinner, take you out to dinner, and talk to you about something." So I went and I met with him, and this whole dinner was a pitch for me to do a feature film instead of another short. He's like, "Dude, you got like 4 shorts. You got an amazing team around you. Shorts don't really like. If you continue doing shorts, you're going to be basically wasting your time and money at this point. Your shorts are winning awards. You're ready to do a feature, and so take the money that you have for Lonely Echoes and put it into making a feature film." And he convinced me that I was like, yeah. So that's what we did.
Well, I mean, it's all worked out for it. It's good that you have people around you and letting you know that, sometimes that outside voice will help you push to that next level. So it's good to have those friends that want to meet you and believe in you.
Yeah.
And you're still working for the paper too, right?
The news station. Yeah.
News station. Yeah.
40,
I thought it was a
29.
newspaper for whatever reason. So the
Uh,
news
so-
station.
Yeah, I'm the morning newscast director.
Oh, cool. So when's the plans to film? You said you've been already getting the locations.
Yeah.
Is it-
We have our schedule broken up into 3 blocks of 5 days. Because the last film that I worked on with Annie, we did 2 weeks in a row, and when I was off work for those 2 weeks, one of the other directors went down with an illness, and they were in a really bad bind while I was on set. And when I got back, they said you cannot take more than a week off at a time anymore. Like that's it. That's the last time you can do it, because I had done it a couple times before. So it's a 15-day shoot, and so we had to spread it out because I can't take off more than a week at a time.
So it's more the scheduling that's making it tougher right now to get the shooting done. That way, getting everybody together.
It's also like bumping up the budget a little bit too, because I got to bring everybody back 3 hours.
Yeah.
But so the first week of shooting is the beginning of May. It's like the first weekend of May, like that. Every block is Friday through Tuesday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So the first one is the first weekend of May, and then the second one is the first full weekend of June, and then the third one is the last weekend of June into July.
So you guys are going to be pretty busy each month, and I know it's got to suck late in the month, especially if certain things change or something in between shooting. You never know what happens.
You never know. Yeah, it's a big risk at this level. Anything could happen,
Yeah.
But you got to be adaptable and think quick. And I mean, I got
Your job throws
backup
you lemons.
plans.
You got to make some lemonade.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, Scott, now you're a screen actor, or
Yes.
not a screen actor, stage actor, soon to be a screen actor. What's your favorite kind of role on stage that you've done? Now, is it being this kind of character, or?
I love to play the villain. However, I'm always cast in comedies, and sometimes it will be a comedic villain, but I've never gotten to do anything like Julian in a horror movie or a horror piece at all. So this is entirely new for me, and it's something I've always wanted to do because I love playing the bad guy. Those characters are usually very well written and sometimes better written than the good guys.
A good way to vent out too,
Yeah.
I'm sure, get that evilness stored in your gut and your soul out on stage. And I mean,
And there's a lot in there, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Oh, I can believe it. We all do. When you get to a certain age, that's what you have is more anger than happiness. I'm just joking, everybody.
And I've spent my life stalking beautiful women, so this just fits right in the screenplay of this. I've never resorted to torture and murder, but
well, I'm excited. So there's not going to be any joking. This is going to be a very dark toned movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
I like that. So what about you, Annie? What kind of role do you like? Do you like being the heroine or the final girl or whatever?
You know what? I get cast as the villain all the time. So I'm excited to explore something new. I do like to play the villain though. Scott's right. It's like you do get to access a part of yourself that like you can't use in your everyday life.
You'd be in a straitjacket.
Right. I would be in jail. But honestly, I like to play whatever kind of role, just kind of whatever comes my way. I feel like I have an affinity to do a lot of different things, so I don't want to put myself in a box. I love playing the villain, but I like to explore kind of just whatever happens. I love comedies too, but I find myself getting cast in dramas a lot more. But I like dramas. It's fun.
There's a lot of different roles, a lot of different challenges. It's always good.
That's true. You can lend yourself in a lot of different ways, which is fun, and it's really different from your everyday life. So it's exciting.
Yeah, I'm envious of you actors. I have no talent. I just sit here and talk, and you guys can get on screen and do these amazing things. So, yes, I'm very envious and jealous of each and every single one of you guys. I'll joke it aside. I'm excited for you.
Hey, man, you get to hang out with Freddie's mom. all the time.
I do. I get to hang out
see
with her and Brett Wagner, and they're both
Yeah.
great people. So I'm pretty lucky if I'm not even in front of the camera, except on this. But yeah, I mean, you always pick out great talent, Jason. You really do.
I think if I am good at two things, my two strengths. I have a lot of weaknesses, but my two strengths are casting and pacing. I feel like that those are the two things I'm really, really good at.
Character development.
Yeah, I mean, I think that comes with the casting. Like if you cast the right person and you work with that person, you can take the most mundane character on paper and flesh them out and develop them into a real to an actual person. So I kind of fit that with casting a little bit.
That's cool. Yeah. So I'm trying to think what's the best direction to go, because we can't go too much into through the forest or the forest through the trees.
You can't get too far into the
I think
forest.
we lost you. Yeah, I was having trouble hearing a little bit, but hopefully she can get back on soon. Oh, here she comes. Let's get her back up here. I think she's got it's tough when you're out in the public connection, public Wi-Fi.
I don't know where I went.
Yeah, the public Wi-Fi is tough.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for all you guys. I have to go upstairs pretty soon. I'm at work. It's one of those things where it's an earlier show that I'm used to because of the way life is.
Yeah.
But is there anything you guys want to leave us with?
I want to give you an exclusive.
Okay.
Ooh.
I want to share something that hasn't been shared publicly yet.
What? I'm scared now.
I'm not going to tell you.
Drum roll.
It's from the movie. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Okay.
But
That's wild. Who made it? Did Sala make that?
this was made by a special effects artist named Tony Buck in Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Oh, nice. Tony Buck. I've heard that name many a times. Talented guy.
Yeah.
That is sick. I like that.
So, give you
I got a feeling that's gonna look good in the movie, man.
Yeah.
If that's in this upcoming movie. I like that look. It's different. Got a little bird, some horns, a little. It looks like a mutated piece of nature, which I like.
You'll have to watch the film to know what it is.
I guess so. Well, I'm gonna watch the film either way.
Heck yeah.
That goes without saying. So the third film in the trilogy. What's the plans with that?
Only Echoes.
Yeah,
I hope to eventually come back to it, but right now it's indefinitely on hold. Yeah,
I know. I think once you get through this one, if this one takes off, you'll be able to go back to, because that is a great trilogy.
yeah.
I
like the last two films are actually really, really, really good. I think so.
I think so. I mean, great cast, great story, and it's got some twists leading into that Lonely Echoes that I really want to find some answers out. Need those
this
answers.
one has twists too, so be on your game.
Well, twists are good. I mean, you've kind of been with the twists even when the stairs creak.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always little twists and turns you pull. I mean, I didn't know what direction you were going with when the stairs creak.
And when you watch this film, be sure to watch after the credits or mid credits.
Post-credit scenes.
Yeah, there's
mid-credit scenes. A little something.
A little something, yeah.
So you got a lot going on. You got filming, chaotic filming coming up soon. What about you, Annie? What do you got going on? I know the Lifetime movies. I know this movie.
This is the next thing I have going. This is what I've been putting a lot of time into lately, which is great. And we'll see what's next. TBD.
We're all looking forward to that. What about you, Mr. Doss? I know you're a stage actor, so you still performing it while you're waiting for this, or you just you're in that role?
I've put everything on hold until this is over because I don't want any conflicts at all. There may be a Christmas show coming up later, but right now I'm not taking on anything else because I don't want anything to interfere.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. I know it means a lot to Jason because to have that kind of people around you, and you've found those kind of people around you, the majority that if you're doing something, they want to be ready and prepared for you. So congratulations to each and every one of you guys. I'm excited
Thank
to
you.
hear more about this when we get a trailer, when we can see the movie. Let's get you and the cast back on. We'll talk about it. Yeah, I'm excited.
I hope
man.
to have a trailer by like August.
That'd be great, man.
Yeah.
That'll be great. I'm looking forward to seeing it. So, you guys, thank you so much. And I will be seeing you guys soon. And we're going to talk more about this movie when it comes out.
Yay!
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
John.
Oh,
Thank you for
anytime,
having
man.
us.
It's been too long for me and Jason, and it's
I've
been
been
an
waiting.
honor to have you guys on. So, thank you, chat. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next time. Peace out.
Bye.
Thank
Have
you.
a good day.
Bye-bye.
See y'all later.